Assalamu alaikum, welcome and karibuni to Aroma Zanzibar's kitchen. Today I'm going to share with you how I make this delicious, gorgeous bread called Khachipuri. It's from Georgia. So I've got here 1.5 cups of mixture of milk and water, that's lukewarm, 2.25 teaspoons of instant yeast, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, about 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 egg, that's in room temperature. Just going to mix it well to combine. And then just cover it and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. After about 10 minutes, got our yeast here, it's nice and bubbly. Then I'm going to start adding the flour. So I've got sifted flour, all-purpose flour, about 4 cups. That's about 500 grams. And we're just going to add little at a time, just simply to make sure that we do not add too much flour. So you may end up adding more flour or more water depending on the density of the flour that you have. All right, so just going to do little at a time, and it's important to have the dough very light and sticky. Okay, and this dough does not need to be knead for a long time just to get it combined. All right, so and now I'm just gonna use my hands because it's easy for me to feel the dough, how sticky it is. All right, so just gonna put it together, just combine, and by kneading the dough with my hand, I was able to tell that it's a little bit dense, so I needed to add maybe about a tablespoon of water to get it to the perfect texture. All right, so I'm just gonna mix it together. It might be a little bit hard, so you can use maybe melted butter or vegetable oil. I used a little bit of olive oil so that I can knead the dough easily. Just a little bit. Okay, so now it's easy. Like I said, you don't need to knead much, maybe about 5 minutes, just to get it come together. Then once that's done, we're just gonna add some oil in the bowl. Yeah, so this is ready. And just like that, then we're just gonna add some oil in the bowl to allow the dough to rise easily without sticking on the side of the bowl. Okay, so you're just gonna cover this and let it sit for about maybe half an hour to 1 hour. It's pretty warm at the moment, but it depends where you're at. You just want the dough to rise double in volume. All right. Okay, so in the meantime, I'm going to work with the cheese. Now, I do not have the Georgian special cheese, and I got the wrong cheese. Actually, this is Akawi cheese that I thought it was stringy, but it was not, and it was very, very salty because I already had the feta cheese. So after I grated it and I tasted and I realized it was the wrong cheese that I got, so I didn't use much, and I just added some mozzarella and some Monterey Jack, and then also a little bit of feta cheese, since the other cheese was already salty. So I leave this part to you to decide what cheese you want to use, but if you can get a stringy cheese, that's much better, and of course a little bit of cottage cheese if you want to. All right, so just gonna mix this to combine, and then you're gonna keep it aside or keep it in the fridge. And we're gonna start working on the dough. So the dough is ready now. Just gonna get a little flour on the surface, and yeah, so I'm going to divide the dough into 2 portions simply because I wanted to show you 2 ways of making the khachipuri. The khachipuri with an egg that we usually have it for breakfast, and then the other one for lunch or dinner. Now, if you do decide to make the breakfast alone, you can get 4 up to 5 Khachipuris of medium size. All right. So I'm just going to roll this to get it all uniformly. Okay. See, the dough is very, very soft. So it's light. And now we're going to add the cheese. You can form it into a ball, but I just like to keep it like that. And we're going to cover this. You can actually just roll it the way it is, but I flipped it. And for the second roll, I prefer to move it directly into my baking pan, because I find it's difficult to roll and transfer it to the baking pan, maybe because the bread is big. If you have it small, then it's easy. So I'm just going to roll it over here. I'm just going to make a little hole to get the air to escape. All right. So just going to roll it. Please make sure that your oven is ready at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 180 Celsius. And this bread will bake for about 20 to 25 minutes. So I'm just flattening it out all nice like that. And then this is an egg yolk that I have added about 1 teaspoon of water. We're just going to apply it here to get that beautiful color. All right, and that's it. So we're just gonna put the cheese on top. Okay, so this is actually like a double stuffed pizza, if there is one like that. Actually, I should try and make pizza. I've attempted, but my kids, every time I want to try this, they say, no, mommy, we just want it like this. Now, for the second one, I thought I was recording, so I had rolled it, then I had to open it just to show you guys how this is rolled. Okay, so we're going to roll it like that. And like that. It's going to look like a little boat. It's actually very pretty. Just like that. And I'm gonna apply the egg as well. It's already looking pretty. Okay. And then the cheese. All right, and then I added extra mozzarella on the top. Okay, so we're just going to transfer it to the baking tray. All right, so now I'm going to check on my other khachipuri and see how beautiful and bubbly it is. The cheese is so beautiful, and we're just about to take it out, and there it is. So we're just gonna slice it. You can slice it from the same plate, or we don't have to be fancy, but we just wanted to transfer it. And you can serve this the way it is, but you know your aroma here, she has to be extra. So we serve this with the marinara sauce. And how I make my marinara sauce is based on the tomato sauce that I have shared with you all. I'll put the link in the description box below if you're interested. And we just added a little bit of basil and Italian seasoning to sauce and a little bit of olive oil, and it was just perfect. Now you can serve this bread while it's hot. I'm struggling to slice it, or you can wait till it's warm. We couldn't because it was smelling so delicious. And I want to show you how it is inside. So nice and fluffy and cheesy. It's so spongy. And while you're here, please do not forget to visit the description box and get the ingredients and the measurements that I have used. So our ready to put egg here. I have over baked the khachipuri. You want to bake this for about 18 minutes before you add the egg, because the cheese was already hard, and then the rest of the 7 minutes for the egg, depending on how you want it. All right, so this is perfect, and these are my 2 khachipuris, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I want to wish you a wonderful weekend. Thank you, and do come and visit me again. Bye-bye.